Hi, I'm Petteway, and I'm here at Dream Guitars, and I thought you guys might want to learn how to play the tune that I play on most of the samples on the Dream Guitars website. It's a tune that's on the Dream Guitars Volume 1 album called The Crossing, and a lot of people have written to me and said, what tuning is that in? So this is a strictly standard tuning piece. What I wanted to teach you was the sort of the whole thing behind this that makes it sound like it's in an open tuning. And that's the way I play these chords. They're chords that you'll be familiar with if you've ever played bar chords, but we're leaving out a lot of the chord. And that's the essence of this whole tune. So let me show you a couple of the shapes in this. First shape that we play looks like a B minor chord that you would play as a bar chord. But what I'm doing is I'm just playing the first, the third, and the second finger in there. And when I put the E, open E in the bass, that makes it an E minor seventh, but with an added second in there. It's like a suspended second chord. Otherwise, it's a straight E minor seventh. But listen to the sound it gets. You're getting a lot of different sort of dissonant tones, but they go well together, especially in the picking pattern. If you play those by themselves, they sound horrible, but it sounds great in that kind of setup. Now that chord is used again as a straight E minor chord up the neck. If we go up to the 7th fret, right now this is 2nd, and we're using the B here. If I take that same shape and move it up to the 7th fret, we've got the exact same chord shapes. I haven't had to move my hand at all, except for moving it up to this fret, but the shape of the chord stays the same, and now it's a straight E minor. So from going here to here, we get two versions of E minor. One's an E minor 7th with a suspended second, one's a straight E minor. The other chord that I do here that's really cool, I think, I'll play the E minor like this, and then I hit the B in the bass, and then I take it up to a C. Now we've got a really dissonant version of C. What I love about it, it's got a suspended second here, but it also has a suspended fourth here. So C, G, and E are your C chord, but then we're adding in, we're playing them all together. If I have an E minor bar chord like this, I can open it up so it's just root 5th and 3rd. Then you've got an open sound. If I go to a D, because we're in the key of E minor, I can use the open strings. And this is just like what you would see as a D bar chord, but I'm, again, D, and then the 5th, and the major 3rd. So there's minor, major, C is the major, B minor, and a couple of times in that tune I walk that up, and then C, regular C, and a regular D, and then I either resolve to E minor or to G. When I do a G and a C in this song, I'm using a technique that makes it sound more like an open tuning by keeping the root and 5th down all the time. So when I play this G, then I go to the C, has a different sound than it would if I went. It still kind of makes you think in terms of how it would sound if you had drone notes going on in the background. If I did an F from there, I could just move it up to here. And I like that sound in this tune because I've already set up this sort of open chord sound. So when I get to the C and the G chords, I want to kind of make them fit. is I've taken this picking pattern and made it sort of the focus of the tune, using those open chords and making the picking pattern create the interest. Thing I'd like to show you is how I put the melody on top of that, and it's kind of a trick. What I did is I decided on a simple melody that would allow me to play the same chord shapes, and then I leave out parts of the pattern. But if you've established it really well on the first half, if you get that rhythm really established, then when you leave out parts of it, your audience is going to still hear it. It doesn't matter that you're missing parts. They'll already hear that in their head. And so rather than hearing that, when I put the melody on, I'm going... The other thing to really keep in mind whenever you're playing fingerstyle guitar with a melody is that you want to emphasize the melody so it does sound different than the pattern. It will pull it out of the pattern. If you play the melody the same volume, then it just sounds like you're doing a new picking pattern. The point there is that you can take a pattern, take a simple melody, bring it out of the chord, and it doesn't matter where it is in the chord. It can be a low note, it can be a high note. You just emphasize it a little bit more than the rest of the pattern. So that's it. And thank you very much.